experience.
I loved this experience.
There was a lot of complaining about the whole experience in plural marriage. It was about her whole experience.
Mari's been such just a wonderful experience. And I've always been fathering and having special experiences with little people.
So it's really a special experience.
That family experience that we all had together.
I love the tree because it was an experience we had together.
And we have a day-to-day, we have an experience every summer. But I'm glad she did it because it gave her a great experience with her mother.
So those were challenging experiences that we were having an experience. Let's say me and a wife would have an experience, or even me and one of my kids would have an experience that's being filmed by our experience being public, because all the fruit that I got from it with my children and my experience.
Our kids are starting to trickle in. We're going to sit down and have a whole family experience here.
We had an experience together.
And there's one time when I'm watching all the wives in the kitchen work together, knocking hips. And I was really pleased to see the experience.
We're starting a new experience.
The pain of this experience has caused much trouble.
It's this beautiful experience.
You keep using the word.
Janelle came in the family, and it diluted this experience I had with Mary.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
The experience of that coming together.
Mary comes to the picnic and we're having this experience.
It's like I've gone through an entire experience.
And get that nostalgic experience of, wow, I remember having these experiences in this home.
It was a sweet experience.
But to make it stop.
I got a feeling through this experience that
Having this experience with Ariella here,
I always wanted this big family experience. I had this wonderful experience with my own family.
we had this whole experience with this catfish.
It's just like an old unraveling of our 30-year experience.
Cody wants a soulmate experience with each one of his wives.
It's just a shock to me, the whole experience.
I watched my mom and my dad have a honeymoon experience, and I just wanted to have this sweet experience that you actually just create this really cool experience. It really does create this really cool absence makes the heart grow fonder experience. And I hope to, and I'm planning on having a honeymoon experience.
Today is Groundhog Day.
You know, when I came to the family, I saw this big group family team experience.
Being in this Christmas house is a wonderful experience.
The experience of that coming together. We have an experience. One experience I had, we have this nice family experience. The pain of this experience after this horrible experience, and it was a pleasant experience.
I missed the big experience.
Please stop talking.
The experience of that coming together. We're both mourning this experience,
And that's the experience.
Drink! Hi, sister friends. So good to see you. Welcome to Monday's review of past episodes of Sister Wives, which will turn into Monday's episode of the most recent Sister Wife episode once the season starts again, which nobody knows exactly when that is, because TLC sometimes starts it at the beginning of August and other times will start it at the end of September. Sometimes it ends at the end of December, and sometimes it goes all the way till May. No rhyme or reason. So whenever somebody says, oh, we heard McKelty said it's gonna, nah, she's been wrong more times than she's been right. She's guessing. She has no clue. So in the meantime, we're going back. We have gotten through season 1, season 2, season 3, and season 4. So go back and watch those and catch up if you haven't already. We are now on season 5 and we're doing episode 4 today. And I think next week we might do a double. We might do 5 and 6. We'll see. My other channel, well, I have 2 other channels, but my newest channel, which is Becoming Wise and Wonderful, is I think like 15 subscribers away from hitting 800 subscribers. So when we hit 800 subscribers, we're doing a double. Why does that have anything to do with this channel? Because there's over 30,000 of you subscribed here. Throw me a bone. Just go over there and subscribe, will you? And I'm not telling you to watch it. It costs you nothing. Help a girl out, will you? I'll pay you back. We'll do another one of these. I'll give you another 2 hours of my week by just taking 2 seconds and hitting subscribe. Do it. Do it now. I give you permission to leave this live stream to go do it. But then come back. Come back and join the fun. All right. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon. Hello, friends. Thank you, Lynn, for being here. Our wonderful moderator, Lundy's here from the UK. Crafty Nana's here. Hello. Miss Molly's mom is here. Rosalie. Hi, Rosalie. Good to see you. Kenya Molina. Hello and welcome. These are our people at the top. First ones that got in, Mama Squirrel. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody. Bonnie Stout. You guys have conversations back and forth, so I try to eyeball and skip over it. Kim, B1X6W. Welcome. I think that's the first time I've said your name on here, that I've seen you at the top of this, so welcome. And Helgi, too. Helgi, 1964. Glad you're here. I'm Jenny, 1968 myself. We're almost the same. Purple's here. Hi, Purple. You're on time for a live. Whoop, whoop. Purple's been on this channel for a very long time, right from the beginning, haven't you, Purple? I think you were one of the very first people on board here. Here's Alexandria. Welcome, Alexandria. Daughter of the Most High is here. Love to have you. Welcome. April's here. CB's here. Whoop, 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 whoop. Elizabeth is here. Hi, Liz. Okay, everybody. Cindy. Okay. And Nadine. I'm stopping now. We are going to do the next episode. This is episode 4. This is when the older kids, the teens, if you will, go to help repaint a house. I think, if I recall correctly, I don't rewatch these. So I'm recalling from 14 years ago, however long ago this season was. I do believe the teens went by themselves. The parents were a little concerned. It's the first time the teens did their own road trip. And then they went, of course, they had production on the road trip with them. So anyway, that wasn't really a big deal in the storyline. They go and they meet up with a lady who is, I think it was the one that was on that panel talking against the Brown family when they were on that panel at some school kind of debating polygamy. Don't call me a victim, honey. Remember that one? That was Robin. I think she was on that one too. And she helps women who get out of polygamy set up their lives and get going. I think it's more necessary if you're in like the FLDS. The AUB doesn't appear to be a place you need to escape from and have somebody get you into a safe house and all that. I mean, to be fair, listen, I'm not a fan of the AUB whatsoever. I think polygamy is messed up. And I think that whole faith is messed up. And I don't even think they understand. I mean, I guess you can have faith in anything, but I don't even know what they have faith in. It's just because it's so warped. That being said, I think that really the FLDS, and there's another one that's like FLDS. It's like really, really very suppressive. Look at the Brown family. Even when we met them, when they were still like in it and still their kids were still in the school and they were still like amongst the community, that they still were out and about in the community. They're wearing normal clothes. They're just, I mean, it just so happened that they were sleeping with the same guy. Really. They didn't even seem to be that religious. They weren't even going to their church. They were doing it in their house in Lehigh. Remember? So how religious were they, really? How spiritual were they? I don't know. You be the judge. It's not mine to say. But if I were to say, I would say not much. Or they were just like really confused, distorted. All right. I took my allergy pill today, so hopefully it'll kick in because I only did it about an hour ago. It should kick in by now. Okay. Mama Squirrel, great video on changing your toilet seat. And that sounds like a joke, but it's not. That literally is on my Wise and Wonderful channel, you know, because only those who are wise and wonderful can change their own toilet seats. Subscribe. All right, here we go. Now, I brought this up on another browser because you know how the other one keeps jumping back every time we go through commercials, and then it goes a little further and then I have to go back again. And for some reason, after some commercials, it keeps jumping back. Somehow on this browser, what browser was that? That was Safari. I usually use Chrome. So we're streaming on Chrome, but I can't, Chrome now will not let me, or StreamYard, one of the two. It makes it difficult if I try to open another tab, even if I separate it and pull it out to the side. You can't hear it. So I have to do another browser. So we've been doing Safari. What is this one? What's the one with the lion? It's not Mozilla. Is it? It's Brave. So I opened the Brave browser. It shows no commercials on the tab. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know if it's because I have a overall security thing on my computer to take away advertisements, and somehow with the Brave browser that does commercials too. That's my hope. So we'll see. Or they're just not listed down below. And I'm not going to know when they're coming up, and I'm not going to know how to go back and where another one starts. So we'll see. But this will be an exciting adventure for all of us. Hopefully, we'll just go through and stop whenever we want to talk and not have to worry about commercials. So we'll see. Let me make sure my volume's up and the volume on the show is up, and we're ready.
Our teens are going to Utah to help an organization called Holding Out Help, and they help families who want to leave their polygamous communities. So Maddie, Logan, and Aspen are going to go help paint a house to get it ready for a family that's left an FLDS community.
I've got a question for you, Aspen. Do you feel like,
Phil,
like if you had peer pressure, like people who are saying, hey, it's a bad idea to be in plural marriage, do you have a strong enough opinion that you could say, well, I don't agree with you or whatever?
No, I know I can do that. Like, especially people that hated plural marriage. No, I know, and I can tell them like why I think it's good. And
but there's people out there who have billboards that say polygamy is abuse.
I think that they just grew up in a bad situation, and it wasn't like plural marriage. Like, it wasn't the fault of polygamy that they had a difficult life. It was like the leaders.
I'm not 100% in favor of this trip.
I just need to point out, polygamy is not abuse to Aspen in their given situation. She has all these, well, kind of is. She doesn't realize how much work she's doing. I take that back. Some of the other kids, polygamy might not be abuse to them because they see it as a positive. They have all these friends and siblings and support and lots of parents around, and it's just fun because your perspective when you're a child is that you can go outside and have nothing to play with. And I remember my girlfriend and I, we played Aborigines once because we were studying Aborigines in school. It was about 4th grade or something. We had no toys outside, nothing we wanted to play with. And we were like older than the like little kid toy area. And so we just went out and picked up sticks from underneath the big tree in our backyard and pretended like we were making tools. And we were Aborigines. Because when you're a kid, you can turn anything into fun. You can be creative, you can play. And I think they were creative. I think that they also made their own fun. I think they played outside a lot. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there was a heavy emphasis on academics. I think there was more of a naturalistic, live in the world kind of education that they were more supportive of, or not even live in the world because they didn't want them in the world. Oh my gosh, what was the Brown family? I have to keep correcting myself every time I give them credit for something. Oh gosh. At any rate, For Cody to say there's billboards out there that says polygamy is abuse, to the wives, it is. They're still in the cult. They're still brainwashed right now. The kids, I mean, they're still kind of brainwashed in the cult too, just because the moms are all saying, this is what we really want. We do want to share a daddy. So once they got out, now they're singing like birds how oppressed they were and how horrible it was. Yeah, we've been saying that for years. So it really bugs me, the arrogance of Cody right here. Are you going to be strong enough to stand up to people and tell them that you believe in polygamy and that it's okay? Hello? A little manipulative, a little controlling. I don't like you, Cody Brown. Going back 10 seconds. I have to say, though, the sweetest little Savannah is sitting on his lap. He's always got a kid on his lap. Here's the key. If a child is sitting on your lap, you don't have to do chores. You don't have to cook food. You don't have to help out around the house or do anything. Get something out of the car, fix something, do anything. I'm rarely here. I'm the dad that's only here once every 4 days. I need to spend that time connecting with my kids. So you fix the light bulb and you fix the broken toaster. I need to bond with the kids. You've got the whole rest of the week to figure all that out. You know that's how it went down, people. For sure. Because he's the laziest man I've ever seen. The only effort he puts into anything is trying to collect wives and cut down trees. Okay. But Savannah's very cute here. Very, very cute. All right, we're going on.
Tanya, the founder of Holding Out Help, I've heard enough stuff that's questionable about her in particular, and I don't know if I can trust her. What if, when I was struggling with Cody, what if I went to her? What if I did? What if I went to her and I said, you know what, I'm having a really hard time, and I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I want to get out. What if
she
God
help
forbid
you?
She helped me get out?
God forbid. Pause. Wait, where are we? At some point, I have to save that clip. Talk about the brain washing. Christine, what if, God forbid, she helped me get out? Do you know what? Do you know how happy you are right now, Christine? It could be that times 15. For 15 years. That's what would have happened. Ooh, talk about a phrase that did not age well for them. Moving on. Janelle's talking now.
That are really different from our family.
And I'm a little bit scared because this is going to be like really sad.
That's Aspen talking.
It's not plural marriage that's bad for them. It's that,
to be clear,
women aren't treated fairly in it.
All right, are you ready to go, guys?
Pause. Women aren't treated fairly in it. What do you mean by that, Cody? What do you mean? Because are your women treated fairly? When you put them down and you scold them and you punish them for any little thing they do that you don't like, no matter how minuscule, and then say, I'm not coming back to your house, or I'm leaving your house, I'm going to another wife's house. Is that being treated fairly? Is telling your wife I'm going to sleep with 3 other people being treated fairly? Just saying. I do know the FLDS is worse, and that's what I'm saying. I think the needing to escape is an FLDS thing, for sure. But I hate this. Just to be clear, it's not polygamy that's bad. Yeah, it is. And more with the FLDS. But just because the FLDS is worse doesn't mean you're okay. Just saying. Keep going. Here we go.
You guys need to get going.
They're getting in the car.
I want my kids to be exposed to this is because I want them to see what is really going on. If there's abuse or if there is evil, I don't want them turning a blind eye to it. I want them to understand it so that they can oppose it.
Get in there, okay? Listen and don't speak. I'm just tired of paying the traffic tickets.
I'm tired of paying the traffic tickets.
Let you see it. I am always nervous when I send my kids off somewhere. This is part of letting your kids get out of the nest, is to have them have other people's opinions influence them.
I do wonder if their perspective is equal and fair, or if they are out to convince people that
Polygamy's evil.
Across the board polygamy is
Because we've seen people like that.
Okay, can we interrupt anymore?
Then they basically say polygamy is abuse. And when we deal with that, it's like, listen, you know what? Spend a week with our family.
or any of the families that we know.
You were making a blanket statement on something you don't understand. And maybe in these other cultures, it is always abuse. But that's still a stereotype for us to try and say that.
So funny to see Cody with glasses.
To Utah to go help.
This is Madison.
A non-profit organization that helps polygamists fleeing abusive situations.
We're going to help get one of the safe houses that they come into when they leave their groups, and they stay there until they establish themselves. We're going to help clean it up and paint it and get it ready for the next family.
I think that the stories of abuse are like, I mean, I hear it, but sometimes it's hard to believe because, I mean, you don't hear it firsthand.
Yeah, everything I've heard has been secondhand, but I don't think everything is true.
Ready for this?
I'm not worried about the project itself. I'm more worried about the interaction with them.
I feel like it's going to be really awkward for a while because we just came from totally different situations and we don't know what to say, and I don't know.
I honestly don't know what to expect.
Are you nervous?
Hi, come on in.
Hi.
I'm Carrie. I'm not. Nice to meet you, buddy. I'm not. Nice to meet you, Madison. Nice to meet you, Logan. Come on in. Hey, everyone. Just want to introduce you to Maddie and Aspen and Logan.
This is some lady named Carrie at this house.
We have Steven and Suzanne and Marilyn and Nicole and Colleen.
I was nervous to meet the Browns. Inside, I guess I was kind of looking for somebody
This
to
is
take my
Colleen.
anger out on, somebody that I could yell at. I don't think that polygamy can be lived successfully.
It's not as happy or great as you're making it seem to be.
They don't understand that there's a good side to polygamy.
Here you leave today and enter a world of cool kids.
There's commercials. I just can't see where they start and stop. Well, that's annoying. All right. We'll see if I have to bounce back, if it's going to make us rewatch these commercials again. All right. Let me make this smaller. I'll look at the chat. This is going to be annoying. I'm going to tell you this, watching this. Them defending. But you know what? They were brainwashed too. So they're in it. Their moms are acting like they're happy and they're cool with this. Their dad is acting, obviously, and he is cool with it. He's got it set up so well for himself. It's disgusting. And the kids, they have a whole bunch of siblings. So their perspective is it's okay. They don't have a lot of money, but they probably grew up in a community where a lot of people didn't have a lot of money. So they don't know that polygamy is part of that reason, that they only have one dad bringing in a semi-income and really just one mom who's working full time with 13 kids. They just don't know any better. So I'm going to have to try to control myself because I'm going to get very frustrated. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Cody needs some more expired caffeine. That's a shout out to Special Forces, of anyone who didn't see him on Special Forces. What does Cody do is the question. All right, we're back.
Aspen, Logan, and I all went to Utah to help a nonprofit organization which helps polygamists come out of the polygamous community when they're having bad experiences or having a tough time in polygamy.
Okay. It's going to be interesting. Let's all try to take note of when Madison stopped talking like this and talking really fast and slurring her speech. Because it's just difficult for me. I'm going to try to let it go because in this situation, she's a child and I'm a speech therapist. So my ear is probably a little bit more critical than it needs to be. But when I can't understand her and I need to put captions on, it's an issue. And she does not speak like that now. She has changed. So I don't know when she went and she changed from this like slurring stuff. Like it's not a lisp. I mean, it's kind of sounds a little bit like a lateral lisp, but it's more just like extra saliva in her mouth and slushing things together and talking too fast, which is a Brown family characteristic, I will say, at least with Christine. Janelle doesn't really talk that fast. Cody talks too fast. So she probably picked it up from her dad and Christine. And she did spend more time around Christine than, well, I don't know if she spent more time than she did with her mom, but I got the impression from both Christine and Janelle that she did spend more time around Christine. So that could be where she's picking it up from. But holy tamales. I do understand the rest of the kids perfectly fine, but it's difficult for me to understand her at times. All right, moving on.
We met 4 polygamists who came out of the community: Nicole, Colleen, Suzanne, and Stephen. Nicole and Colleen are from a mainstream polygamist community called the Kingstons, and Suzanne and Stephen are from the FLDS, which is run by Warren Jeffs.
In the polygamist world, there are many different churches. And the FLDS is the largest one, I think. And their leader is Warren Jeffs, and he exploited his people. He committed extortion against them. And then he is in prison now for child rape. This guy needed to go down. The problem that I've got in this world is everybody's judging me by this guy's deeds. And not all polygamists are members of his sect, and not even the people in his sect are all like him. But when these abuses happen, sometimes people feel the need to leave the community, which I don't blame them. They need a place to go.
I just have to pause and add for a second here that we're not judging you and your polygamy, Cody, based on the FLDS. That's a whole nother level of evil that's going on there. I never for a second thought that these people were FLDS people. Since the show started, I was just interested in who wants to live polygamy, who's not in a cult. I found out later this is a cult. It appears to be anyway. And why somebody would choose then to do this. And then I understand the brainwashing, and they've learned it since they were younger, and everyone says that it's all great. And if you just keep saying it enough, then you just believe it and you just go on that way because you don't know any better until you get out into the real world. Had Cody not made up the lie that he was going to go to jail, he's just worried for himself. I think the whole thing was a lie just to get out of the state. But deep down inside, there probably was a little part of him that thought, however, if they do come after us, they're coming after me. They're not coming after the wives. The wives were all okay. Some of them were arrested, but they were released the same day. In terms of staying in jail, it's the man, as it should be, because he's the one committing all the evil in all of this. So we're judging Cody based on Cody. We're judging Cody's behavior, and we're judging polygamy based on just the concept of polygamy. Multiple wives sharing the same husband. That's it. So for him to deflect, look over here, not over here, look over at the FLDS, that's not us. We're fine. I'm not buying it. Moving on.
Rooms in here that we're priming and painting. We are going to prime them today and take them off. So you guys want to partner up and grab stuff?
These youth, these families literally lose everything. They have no idea how to navigate the outside world.
Holding Out Help steps alongside these fundamentalist Mormons when they come out and they don't know where to turn, and their family is cut off, their life is cut off. They need someone to walk alongside of them. The moment that Marilyn and Suzanne are getting to move in here next week.
I'm Suzanne Steed. I'm 17, and I came from the fundamentalist community, the FLDS.
Suzanne came to us about 6 months ago. When she first came out, she came out with her mom, and there was 6 sisters that all came out together, still in their garb, still very, very scared. They really believed that they were going to be raped. They were so scared when they came out of anyone that came around them of any situations that they were put in.
Explain to you the feeling of freedom we had in the night that we went. It was incredible.
Okay, that's just the opposite. So maybe some of them, because she just said they really thought they were going to be raped. Is that what she said? That's what I thought the lady said. So they were really scared coming out. And then he's like, what was it like the day you came out? And she's like, I can't explain the feeling of freedom that it was. This is the opposite of what the lady who's in charge of this organization said you were feeling. Now, maybe the mother was concerned. I don't know. Maybe this is TLC editing. I don't know. I just have to say, this is confusing. Moving on.
Not really.
Not really? Why not?
I never did. I'm Steven. I'm 20 years old. I come from the FLDS community. I was actually kicked out because of things they didn't approve of.
How many moms you got?
3.
3?
Yeah. Used to have 4.
What happened to the 4?
Oh, she left.
She left?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys still in contact, you like, and you get along and stuff?
Of course. She's like my best mom.
Yeah, like my dad sat me down on my 16th birthday and was like, you have to get married now. So if you didn't like it, so
On her 16th birthday.
My name is Nicole. I'm 22 years old, and I'm from the Kingston community.
Okay, pause. So that's the other community I'm talking about, Kingston. And this Nicole is the one that said, my dad sat me down when I turned 16 years old and said, you have to get married now. This Kingston community, it's not FLDS, but it's like FLDS light. They do live, they don't live in a compound like the FLDS do. They're in a city, but they're kind of in their own city. And their city, like they run the banks, they run like other people could live there, but so they live in their own houses and they kind of have jobs, and they can have jobs outside of the structure that is the Kingston. But this Kingston family is very similar in their practices to the FLDS. They look normal though. The Kingston, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the Kingstons, just like AUB, dress and look normal. There's no garb on the outside to identify them as being different, which is actually kind of smart. Like if you're going to run a cult, try to make it look like you're not running a cult. I don't know. Call me crazy. I don't know. Seems like common knowledge, but if not, I should become a cult leader. It seems like that's the first thing you do is try to not let people onto the fact that you're a cult, because cult leaders know they're running a cult. Everybody in it might not be aware they're in a cult, but the cult leaders know. Okay, going on. This is Nicole talking.
I finally got out when I married somebody that had absolutely nothing to do with polygamy. And then that was when my father finally accepted the fact that I was not coming back. After I was pregnant with my son, then I met Tanya and I met Holding Out Hope, and they kind of gave me a support group and loved me unconditionally, and I never got that from my family.
So why don't you want to live lifestyle?
I think that certain people have to be cut out for it.
Yep. The real question is, why would you want to live a lifestyle?
My name is Colleen. I'm 19 years old, and I came from the Kingston group. I left the Kingston group twice. First time I was 15 years old, and that didn't end up working out. I got sent back. Then I left for good again when I was 17 years old. I've wanted to leave ever since I can remember. One of the men in power was my father, and my first memory is him beating me up. So I just felt like leaving my whole life, really.
Sad. You have kids in your family, don't you, that do want to live it?
I have a sister that does.
Yeah?
I think that you have to be a certain character to do it, and some people do it that shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
But
You couldn't share your husband then? No. I couldn't either, just so you know. Colleen, why don't you?
Like why I'm not living it? Or why I don't want to live it?
Yeah.
Because I have a brain.
Colleen's a little
Makes me
harsh. I saw her on one of these other polygamy shows and that too. She doesn't mix words. She hates polygamy and did not have a good experience with it in the Kingston group. Understandable. She says her earliest memory in life is being beaten. I don't know. I think that's a little bit hyperbolic, but nevertheless, if you're even beaten once, then that is enough to say, I don't think this is something I want to stick around and continue to experience. So I understand that from her, but she's so self-absorbed in her personal experience that she projects it on everyone else. And so here are people who she knows comes from a different faith that's more mild than the Kingstons, and they live in polygamy, and she knows that their siblings are all close with each other. She knows that they haven't been abused. She knows that they're not against it, not necessarily for it, but not against it. And I'm referring to the Brown kids. And yet she comes out and says, why don't I want to live it? Because I have a brain. This is right after Maddie admitted that she has a sister, which would be Leon at the time. Why can't I think of what Leon's name was back then? It's not Madison. It's not McKelty. It's another M, isn't it? They had a lot of M names. Anyway, doesn't matter. Leon wanted to live polygamy and had always said, I want to live polygamy. I want to live polygamy. That's what I want to go into. Now, she just got finished sharing that. And then right after she says that, the lady who's in charge asks this Colleen, why don't you want to live it? And she's like, because I have a brain, which is an absolute insult to the sister of Maddie, who is sitting right there in the room. Like, I would take such personal offense at that, even if I hated polygamy, even if I wanted nothing to do with it. She's just like a little brat, kind of, this Colleen. I'm sorry. That's my opinion of her. I appreciate the things that her ideas, and I appreciate the fact that she's willing to participate in groups to help get people out of the FLDS, maybe even the AUB. I mean, there's probably other factions of the AUB that are much stricter, and people need help getting out. I don't want to say that nobody does. There are probably people in situations that financially need to get out as well of the AUB. It's not as much of I need to escape. It's I'm out now, and now I need support because I was in a system that was set up that didn't financially benefit me in any way and kept me in a situation that I can't leave because all our money was pooled together. I think that was by design by the AUB, quite frankly. So they do need support when they get out, but they don't need to escape, as somebody who is in the Kingston or the FLDS would literally need to escape. And your family is completely cutting you off when you go too. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I just have to say, really, she's just a little snot at times. There's times I really liked her because I saw her in another show too. And there are times I was like pro Colleen and I was believing everything she said. And then every now and then she does stuff like this that I'm just like, all right, whatever. Maybe she's just young and immature. Here we go.
Want to yell at them and tell them it's not as happy or great as you're making it seem to be. I really just don't like that anybody's in a group or is involved in trying to still live polygamy. I don't like that. I'm against it.
We know.
Polygamy's not the problem though. Like,
okay,
it's not the lifestyle, it's the leaders and the secrecy because they're scared of being thrown in jail or taken away from their families. I don't want to live it, but it doesn't mean that I don't support it. I support my parents 100% because they're
Maddie's
good
crying.
people. It's kind of like rumors or like stuff that like you guys get married like at 13 to 40-year-olds. Is that true? Sometimes.
Do you know anybody that's married to a 40-year-old?
Yes.
There were a group of about 5 girls that I grew up with. All of them had either been physically, sexually, or emotionally abused most of the time, all 3.
I'm frustrated because these kids were treated like that and they saw a really bad side of polygamy. And if they saw a good side of polygamy and they were raised the way they should have been, then they would have been a lot happier.
They would have been a lot happier, but they would have been more happy if there wouldn't have been in polygamy.
Actually, do you guys want? I think we have some more drinks in that cooler downstairs too.
I think there's a lot that goes on in their parents' marriage that they probably don't see. I don't know how good their childhood really was. When you're in the group, then you tithe completely to your leader. If he tells you not to watch something, you don't watch it.
So what happens if you want to get out? You can't get out. You have to run away and they come find you?
Yep. I lived in my car for a month to get out.
They let you down?
Yes.
The fact that people like Warren Jeffs took it, abused it, and treated the kids like they were. It's disgusting. And so all these kids, all they know is the evil side of polygamy. All of them are emotionally scarred. And it's disgusting. And I understand that they don't believe we're real. That they think we're fake and naive. I would too if I was in their situation. They don't understand that there's a good side to polygamy. I had more support in my life than a lot of kids that I know because of polygamy. And I grew up in an extremely happy home and a good home because of polygamy that I would have never known if my parents didn't be polygamous.
You have pictures of gorgeous.
Oh, Maddie. She does sound like she's gritting her teeth. She's holding back. Well, she's not holding back tears because tears are streaming down her face. Robin could watch this and learn a thing or two about how to cry. Ace and Caitlin call Maddie Marble Mouth because of how she talks. Really? Okay, so it's not just me. It's not my speech therapy ear critiquing. She just mumbles her speech when she's talking, and it's okay. That grit your teeth line, you just mean in general, Alexandria? Because now I get that. Because she doesn't always open her mouth when she speaks. Back this time, because she's not like that now anymore. Just like Christine and Robin don't talk like babies anymore. Like there was a way of talking and developing that they had that once they got out, they were able to break free of. All right. Could he be very popular in jail? Lunty said the poor people have been brainwashed. They have. All of them. All of them. It's disgusting the way their church lied to them. Yeah. Alexandria said that she'll follow my cult. The sister friend cult. Yes. This is craziness, this whole. Yeah, the Kingstons and the FLDS are insane. Thank you, Mariah. I don't know why I could not think of the name Mariah. Madison and McKelty were stuck on my brain. And I'm like, it's another M. They have lots of M's. All right, we're back.
Good to see you. Yes, okay.
You just have to go. You have to go down there. All right.
Welcome to one of our host homes. This is Christy, the mom, and this is Logan, Aspen, and Madison.
A host home is a home where a family decides to help kids like me, and they just live in their house. I consider my host family.
What does this family mean to you compared to your previous family?
It's a world of difference, I would say. I have a mom that's there. I have a dad.
Did you ever see your dad?
like that much? Only on like birthdays and holidays and sometimes at church. Whenever my biological father would come over, then my mom would freak. It was like a special occasion, you know, she'd try to make everything perfect. Like he was the first to get food. He got glass plate, glass cup, and like we had special dishes in the cupboard for him. Nobody else could use except him. And then we had this plastic crap. It's just, he's a king. He's literally ruling everything. That's what polygamy is to me.
Well, I want you to see like a different side of me because I want you to understand that it's not all like that. I think it's just the situation and the person you put it in. And like, you put a really controlling person at the head of a family, he's gonna take control and be like that. But my dad's not like that.
Like, if you're gonna try and convince me,
I'm not
like,
gonna
he's good.
no,
Yeah.
I don't want
I don't want to.
Well, here, we're not trying to convert you anything. Maddie and I don't want to be like this.
What do you know? I just hope it gets right. Do you? I do want to live it.
This is Aspen says she does.
Like I've grown up my whole life with it, and I just like want my kids to have what I had.
The chances of you marrying a polygamist and them being as good as your family are very slim. How would it make you feel knowing that your husband is with another woman? Like the things that you guys have that are special between you. What if he's doing it with somebody else?
I don't know, honestly.
Well, if you get in that situation, you will realize.
No, I know, and I'll be jealous about it. But I think that it's something that, like I'll just have to work through because like I love their religion.
Ugh. Pause. Ugh. Why? Explain that. They never explain anything. You can tell these are lines that they just learn to regurgitate. This is Aspen. Aspen, who married somebody who was willing to be a polygamist. Mitch was like all for it. And then she's like, no. But here at this time, she's like, yeah, no, I want to do it because I grew up in it and I want my kids to experience what I experienced. I get that part of it. As I said before, for the kids, it was all fun and games and lots of friends around all the time. But when you grow up and your frontal lobe develops, oh, where's my frontal lobe? Shoot. I have things put away because somebody was in this room. Dang it. I need to get back out. I need to rearrange my entire office and get like shelves next to me with all my props. I love my props, especially my new tiny hands. Tiny hands. They're going to be good when I have long sleeves. Until then, they're just going to have to stay here. All right. So frontal lobe, it's somewhere. So when she grows up and thinks it through, because she doesn't have answers. Colleen said, well, what is it going to be like when your husband is sleeping with another one? Aren't you going to? She's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that it'll be difficult and I'll be jealous, but I just love the religion so much. How can you love a religion that makes you sacrifice your values and your own morals and do something that's I guess it really bothers me. I don't know. I don't want to get into religious things and I don't want to offend anybody else. And I also don't want to preach what I believe either. But I just struggle with this. I don't think she means that. I think those are words she's just saying. I love the religion. Explain that, Aspen. How? Why? What about it do you love so much that you would be willing to have your husband sleep around with other women at the same time? And to struggle financially or work full time the rest of your life, honey, because your husband's money is divided by 4. And there's going to be another wife that he likes more and she's going to get everything. Oh, just wait. Just wait. I would love to know when it was that Aspen actually woke up. She would be a fascinating person to interview if she would ever really. I mean, I don't reach out to interview anybody. But I'm just saying, in general, if TLC were to continue the show with the kids and the producers would get in there and really talk to her, say, when was the first glimmer of, I don't know that I want to do this, or first glimmer of, I don't know if this is right, either one of those. And then how did it develop from there? Because by the time she met Mitch and she fell in love, boy, there was no, I want to share him. Maybe a lot of these women aren't really in love. I mean, Christine said, I didn't understand what love was until I met David. I just thought like the guy that you're with that's cute, that's what love is. I mean, that's, I don't think uncommon when people are young too. And they do force people to get married young in a lot of these as well. All right, moving on. Colleen's talking now.
Poor Aspen. She was a poor little brainwashed child because she wanted to live polygamy.
You have to be a very strong person to do it. I think you have to be a very dumb person to do it, honestly.
Colleen!
I think my parents are dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I think that.
Okay. I know you couldn't hear that because it was Maddie talking. Colleen said, I think you have to be a very dumb person. Maddie's the one that said, I think you have to be very strong to do it, which is interesting because I don't see Aspen as being a real strong person, but I do see Maddie as being a strong person, and Maddie's the one that's choosing not to do it. But Maddie said, I think you have to be a strong person. Colleen's the one that said, I think you have to be a very dumb person. And then Maddie came back with, I don't think my parents are dumb. And so we're going to hear, I'm going to go back 10 seconds. So just so you know who's saying what. I'm curious to hear if Colleen takes any responsibility for insulting Maddie in this situation. I don't think she will, because, I mean, she just came right out in front of them and said, you have to be very dumb. She's basically saying Aspen's dumb too, right in front of her. Like, she just doesn't care. She doesn't mince words, but she's also socially inappropriate. There you go. Back 10 seconds. Here we go.
She wanted to live polygamy.
You have to be a very strong person to do it. I think you have to be a very dumb person to do it, honestly. I don't know. I think my parents are dumb. I'm not gonna lie. I think that it's a dumb thing to do. I think in your point of view, yeah, and from your situation, it would be. Honestly, I think you're probably gonna get screwed over.
She's saying that right to Aspen.
They haven't looked at my background. Like, I've had a good life, like living in polygamy.
I felt like Colleen was really mad.
I would say that's agree to disagree, and I am so impressed by you three handling all of this. Let me just say, you guys are amazing.
So the host mom complimented the Brown
so
kids.
We can actually put the stuff in there, get it set up for them.
Check it out.
You'll have pictures of gorgeous, like stickers.
Yeah, every time you see one, you're supposed to pray.
Did Warren make these stickers?
People did after he went into prison. Every child had one on their desk. Every time you look at it, you're supposed to pray for them. They're taught that if they're faithful enough, God would bring them out of prison.
It's stuck.
Well, yeah, pretty darn good.
When we saw the school desks, I was a little weirded out.
This is why we try to study them.
Getting those stickers off the desks kind of gave Colleen and Nicole and all of them a target.
It's like kind of like a relief, like a sign of freedom to them that they don't have to have it on there anymore, and that Warren Jeff no longer controls their lives.
I felt like that when I came out, I remember realizing that my life had been taught to believe in love all my life. It was wrong. I think it was probably one of the most devastating moments for me, because you begin to wonder what is true.
Here.
The next thing that was next loading into the house was Suzanne's mom's bed, and it said "Keep Sweet" on the headboard.
If you have a problem.
All right, I know you probably couldn't understand that. That was Maddie. And she said the next thing that we loaded into the house was the mom's bed. And when you see this bed, it's a headboard that's cream, and engraved into it, it says "Keep Sweet." Gross.
Something about someone else. If you're upset with someone else, you hold it in until it goes away.
It was kind of like if kids were fighting, you'd say "Keep sweet." Like, stop, keep sweet, be submissive. And it was on her headboard.
They're trying to get their wives to be as submissive as the children.
All right, ready, girl?
So after hanging out with the Holding Out Help kids for 2 days, there's still a little bit suspicious that we're not real. So we've invited them to come to Vegas and see the family and meet the family for a couple of days.
Hopefully, change their views on us specifically. Maybe the idea that not all polygamists are bad. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out. They see it. I mean, Colleen seems pretty set in her opinion, but I mean, why not?
I would enjoy going down to Vegas to meet the Browns. Just something new,
This is
something
Steven.
exciting.
I think that the Brown
Nicole.
kids have been kind of oblivious to everything, and I'm curious to see if it's really how it is.
I'm nervous about going
Colleen.
down because I know it'll probably bring a lot of stuff to the surface and a lot of memories will kick in.
Today when we were helping them move, and I remember beeping, it was like all the positive memories of my family.
Because you miss the people there.
Yeah. It's a lot harder to deal with that than it is to remember, because you can justify the bad memories and say, well, I'm out, and so everything's so much better. With the positive, what do you do with that?
When I first met Colleen, it was extremely
That's messed up. It's true. I feel the same way about the Amish community, actually. Any family, any faith that tells a family that if they don't believe this particular faith, you need to cut them off. It's awful. It's so controlling and evil on a level that it's just hard for me to comprehend. And I love the Amish, and we have a lot of Amish around us. And it's a lovely community, and there's a lot of positives about it. However, there's other sides to it as well, and that's one of them. The fact that they will cut off family members for leaving the Amish faith. I don't know how you can do it. That's what blows my mind. I would have to leave my faith too. I mean, I know it would mean leaving my sisters and my mother and your family, but for my immediate family, my spouse, my kids, and all that, I could not, if a child decided to leave and walk away, ever say, then I'll never speak to you again. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I'd be like, okay, well then I guess I'm walking with you. And we'll figure it out, and we'll see what our new faith looks like. And we'll see what our new life looks like. I just couldn't do it. It's just unbelievable to me. So it breaks my heart to hear her say, oh, there were the positive memories too. Yeah, she had all those siblings. Just like the Browns have all their positive memories as well. They don't believe that the Browns have positive memories, but this girl just admitted she had positive memories when she was living in the Kingston faith. Now, Colleen doesn't seem to share that there's one positive thing that she experienced the whole time she was there, but she's also a little bitter about it. She just hasn't completely worked through it yet. A little bit of projecting going on, but I understand. I mean, I haven't been in that situation myself, and I would imagine that if I got out of something that I would want to, I don't know, maybe I just don't think in general, I'm as aggressive as a person as she is. So maybe that's it. Maybe she's just rubbing me the wrong way in general. All right, let's go on. Let me hit the chat for a little bit because I haven't hit the chat in a second. Lenti said, you can understand Colleen having a hard time in that faith if she was this opinionated. That's true. That's true. It had to have been hard to be in this faith as somebody who has opinions like that. It could not have gone well for her at all. No way. Mariah didn't know what she wanted. That's true. Remember Maddie being rejected by the Mormon faith until she abandoned her family. Yes, there you go. Oh God, that's messed up too. I think that I I think that I might be wrong. I'm not Mormon, so I don't know. My understanding of Mormon is kind of similar to AUB in that well, you know what? I think all faiths are this way. All denominations of faith. It's very specific to what I think the Mormons refer to as their wards, and then who's the head of their ward. And they get to make decisions of how their congregation and the people in their ward should behave and which rules are important to follow and which ones you can kind of turn your head to. That's my understanding of it. So, and I know we have Mormons in this group that watch and pay attention. So correct me if I'm wrong. So I feel like it's hard with the AUB, probably with Kingston's and FLDS too, but I think it's easier with Kingston and FLDS to do generalizations. But in the AUB faith, I think it's similar to the Mormon faith in the different wards in that these people can drink hot liquids and these people can have caffeine, but the people who are Mormon over here can't, because their ward leader said, no, it's bad. That's their interpretation of the Book of Mormon. And this prophet interprets it as, yeah, that's not that big a deal. We're not going to get involved in, and even like, we're not going to get involved in your bedroom. I'm trying to think. I heard that recently. It may have been on, not recently, but I've heard that in the past. And I want to say it may have been on Melanie's channel, Notes to Self 444, where she said I believe, I hope I'm not misquoting, I believe she said her father believes that is not his place to be involved in anyone's bedroom. So anything that happens behind closed doors is not the business of the church, whereas other prophets very much dictated how things went down in the bedroom. God forbid. Can you imagine? But it might also be a matter of the guy who was before her dad. So the guy who was before her dad, I know, demanded that you have to wear your religious underwear while having sex and be modest about it. All right. We had a real cheers. Maddie has certainly changed her tune. She has, as has Aspen. Their frontal lobes developed. Hold on, let me see if my I'm gonna look right here. I got too much frontal lobe. Here it is. Oh. Got my puppets. I got my box of props hiding in the closet so the guests don't see it. Frontal lobe. Their frontal lobes are now developed, according to Robin Brown. Basically, they just grew up and they can think a little bit better. It is a little frontal lobe. I mean, she's not completely off. It's just hysterical the way she said it. I don't think she understood what she was even saying. My frontal lobe is warped. It doesn't want to sit this way. It keeps rolling like this. It's in bad shape. Okay. The brain. This is your brain on drugs. Remember those commercials with the egg? Okay, moving on. Anybody who's not in America is like, what are you talking about? Commercials back in the 80s where they would say, this is your brain. And they would have an egg. And they'd say, this is your brain on drugs. And then they would crack it and put it in a frying pan and have it fry. Okay. Maddie, it's like she's not opening her mouth or something in her teeth are touching the whole time. Yeah, I was trying to watch this time around and her mouth was moving and opening. She wasn't just talking like this. It was moving and opening. She has a very significant overbite. I'd have to look now at more recent stuff and see. She may have had some sort of orthodontia done to move her bottom jaw forward a little bit. use a bionator or something in her mouth to help correct that. And that may have corrected the speech too. I don't know. I don't know why she's talking like that. It does kind of sound like the Keep Sweet voice a little bit. There's always like a little bit of a lisp in it, but I don't think it's not exactly it. It's just different. Cody got steak cooked correctly from Christine. I was wondering when they said he had special plates that he ate off of. He had glass plates. He had special. I just wondered if that triggered anything for Christine, or for Aspen at least, because Christine would make a special meal for Cody when he would come over. Did she ever think, well, my dad gets special stuff too when he comes over? I don't know if he got anything special over at Janelle's house. She's probably like, excuse me, I'm working 70 hours a week and you want a special steak? Make it yourself. And he may have. He may say to her, and she would have followed if he told her, I will cook. I will cook chicken on the grill. It may be burnt, it may not. I don't know. It's a gamble. Every time I come over. But I want top grade steak that I'm going to put on the grill for myself. So he would sell it like he's just doing her a huge favor. Hey, baby. I know you're working and you're working hard. I know you don't have time to make me a separate meal. And so you want me to eat the tater tots and casserole that you made for everyone else. That's not me. So I'm going to cook, but this is what I'd like to cook. So arrange your budget accordingly. When I come over, I get a steak and I'll throw some grilled chicken on. Nah, probably not even chicken. Chicken's more expensive. Ground beef. 70% ground beef for the rest of the family. Special deal. I know you can't afford buns, but we can put it on some of that moldy bread that we have. That's fine. The kids will be fine with that. Oh, April. I don't remember this one. Thanks for sharing. Gwen said that her dad had his own counter or cabinet that was only for him. Booyah. Mm-hmm. There you go. Aw, thanks, Rosalie. She provided the frontal lobe for me. You missed the puppets. I know. I pulled them back out. Well, when I start doing reviews, those puppets are definitely back in full swing. You missed the cow. The cow's not in my box. The cow went somewhere else. I don't know where. I know it's not in Tennessee. A couple things are in Tennessee. Poor Cody has got from my. He's seen better days. This is the best likeness of Cody that there's ever been. It's largely because my crown is stuck in his hair. Oh, look at there, it came out. Okay. I don't wear that one. This one is a little bit bigger. This is the one I wear when I read the betrayal book, not revenge. We're on betrayal now. This one is smaller. I'm just going to move this aside and put it back in my daughter's bedroom where she had it. So it kept, for the longest time, it kept getting stuck in his hair. But he is kind of balding, so this does apply more to just craziness in the back. There you go. Balding in the front, insane in the back. Cody Brown. What else do we have here? Let's do a prop show. We have our dolls. One of Robin's special dolls. I keep saying I'm going to redo that room downstairs, but then I bought a frickin' townhome. I have to redo that whole place. Oh, get another little crown here. Isn't that cute? I don't choose that other crown. I'm going to put this one away too. And then we have, it's like apples and oranges. If I have an apple and she has an orange, I don't want her orange. I'm happy with my apple. And she's happy with her orange. She doesn't want my apple. End scene. Robin Brown. Okay. The last thing we have here, no, not quite the last. Of course, we've got, I've got you, babe. Woo! Sonny and Cher. Cody. Devastated at age 4 when they got divorced. Mm-hmm. Okay. And the big picture. I should get a sticker and put it on here too that says, oh, listen to that. That's like a microphone. Big picture on here. That is really kind of a nice picture I could use. All right. I digress. Let's get back. Aspen hadn't even had a boyfriend yet. Yeah, there you go. So she doesn't know what she wants because she's still young. Immature frontal lobe. Okay. Oh, April, I don't remember her saying that, but that's sweet. It makes sense. She said she realized she was in love with Mitch when she realized she couldn't share him. That's when you know you're in love. So is Robin in love with Cody? No. She joined into that family willing to share right from the beginning. I don't think she has emotions the same as the rest of us. But I do think she knows what a competition is and loves competition because she loves to win. I do believe. Okay, I was going to do something else here. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the banner. There we go. And I am also going to read to you our big supporters and our SOS supporters. And as we do that, we play our classic scenes. Yes, indeed. Here we go. Hold on. Too many things are up here at the same time. There we go. Let's start that over. And let's get rid of an Amish beard is unattractive. Yes. Oh, I could put, yes, I could put a headband on Cody Puppet. I could. Got to put that headband and have the things come down in the front. I have to make it orange because he's got an orange head. It's Cody out in the sun because he always gets way too much sun on his face and it's red all the time. It's perfect. Yes, I need to separate at some point and have the ringlets that come down in the front and then have the band. Although lately he's been doing this thing, right? He's been doing this. So maybe we do put it in a ponytail. Maybe this is this season's Cody. That might be. He's insane and he looks goofy no matter what. All right, here we go. Get that off and our big supporters are Sally House, April S., Senya Andrade, I think. Senya. I'm going to look that up. Email me and tell me how to pronounce your name because I don't want to slaughter it. Also, Yvonne, Carol, Sailboat RN, CP, Jen, Deborah Sabella, Liz S., Deanna Wyrick, I'll Win the Mini Chef, Mary, Linda W., Aaliyah, Crafty Florida Lady, Shaniqua Smith, and Knit My Bit. And our exclusive SOS supporters are Lisa F., Macbeth, Jessica Turner Long, hello, Unesthetic Life, Jane Morgan, Everyday Faith with Kim, Ladybird's Mom, Lisa O., Kitty 1838, Amanda Scott, Mary S., Me Myself, Katie, Hadley Fields, Crafty Nana, Oli Moly, Lady from Mars, Tammy G, Lisa Doherty, Anonymous, Sandra, Emily Roy, Living an Eclectic Life, Holly Jones, Heather B, Shanna Banana, Sydney Diller, Kendra MP, Kenya Pinheiro, Monica Nielsen Solhus, Birdie K, Carol Annie D again, Lisa Elmer, Libby Scher, Janet Ebert, Steph Stevens, Edel Sodal Peterson. I'm your Huckleberry. Jacob Three Boys. Alyssa 1704. Becky S. Tracy's Fractured History and more. Lavender Vanilla. Joni C. 615. Allie D. Echo Gilman. Christine Werhope. Lean. Dee Dee. Steamfrog 99. J. Lou, Jennifer Harmon, Evie, Stacy G, Karen Perk, Skilled Virgo, Shotzi's Piece, Marsha Cooper, Diane Almeida, Farron, Lindsay B, Lisa, Sochitel Amarito, Carla Colson, Alexandria Swan, Rain Lady, Sarah Lewis, Marie Crabb, Waldo's Mom, Danny Towns, Ms. Lita, Lynn Skinner, Donna Redmond, Jessica Denham, and Kaylin. Thank you all. Bum, ba, da, 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 da. Bum, ba. Bum, ba. Bum,
They're adults. Bye-bye.
And we're back. Insane. Okay. Robin Stell said foot and mouth disease. Okay. We wouldn't have props if it wasn't for Cody and Robin. That's true. You want to know what's really funny about this doll? I just noticed. It's probably from just going back and forth, but if you look really, really close, look at the eyelash. This is like such a Robin doll. The big, huge fake eyelash is stuck to her cheek. You know, that's what she looks like when she gets up in the morning because she probably wears them to bed because Cody demands it. Woman, you got to have full makeup when we go to bed, please. There's a lot of people like that. I've heard of them. I would say bye-bye if that were my husband. Between the coloring and the perms, I'm surprised he has any hair at all. Me too. Mm-hmm. My adult children are always welcome back home. 100%. Totally agree. Cody. Robin's like psychopathic. The way she treats and thinks of animals is so disturbing. Yes. Lynn wants to know what makeup is. No, if you ever get a YouTube channel, you'll find out because after like a couple months of going like, why do I look dead? Start putting some makeup on. But I don't have any fake eyelashes. I'm not going down the Robin Hole trail. No. Just a little color so I don't look dead. All right. As you all know, if you happen to watch Becoming Wise and Wonderful, because those are my morning walks in the morning, all I have is sunscreen on my face. So it's awful, but it's different. It's not live streaming. It's just me vlogging and talking. Okay. So if you haven't subscribed to that channel, please do so right now, please. And have your friends and your brother and your husband, your kids, your other channel that you have that you never use, all of them, subscribe. And then we will do a Wednesday live stream when that happens, which I think is going to happen by next week. If you're all participating at the rate we're going, we should be able to get 15 more by next week. That would be amazing. So please, please, please subscribe. I see dead people. That's basically what my channel is. So I understand why if you don't want to watch, just subscribe. All right, we are back. The show is going. And thank you, by the way, all of the subscribers to the channel and all the viewers to the channel, even if you're not subscribed. I take that back. Okay, I don't take it back. I mean those words. What I meant to say is thank you to all the members of the channel, because that's another level. That's a financial commitment. So those are the names that I yelled out. And the ones you see down below are also the level that's like the $1.99 level or something like that. And so, and I appreciate all of you because it all adds up and it all makes a difference and it all helps. And one of these days I'm going to quit one of those other jobs. Not quite there yet. And the show's going to end and I don't know what's happening. This is why we're kind of teetering off and trying to get Becoming Wise and Wonderful monetized so we can all stay together as a community. All right. Betty, normally my props are all just around me here on the floor, on the desk, everywhere. I don't have a good system. I need to get a system. I need to get a different setup where I have like shelves behind me and I can just reach back and use them when I need them, or even to the side, even if it's off camera. I need a system, which is why I wanted to change the room downstairs to just be an official office vlogging room, because it's sort of a dining room, but it's very tiny. And so it's not big enough to entertain anyone. So there's a table and a piano and a buffet in there. Like it needs to become my office. Or that needs to be converted into what this is, which is, it's actually bigger than this room, I think. Is it? It might be the same size. I might need to measure. Whichever one's the bigger one, I should convert into a place to also be a bedroom for when guests come over. And then the other room needs to become an office. Okay. Someday. We'll see. It was going to be my plan for this year, but then the townhome changed everything. Here we go. Sister Wives season 5, episode 4. Let's continue on.
I was a little concerned that Chloe was going to be a little bit of a antagonistic towards my dad, but I asked her to go with open mind, so I guess we'll see how that goes.
So who's gonna ride with us? We let them ride with you, and then y'all can visit, and we will. Sounds good. Good. And then Steven, you want to dare ride it with the girls, or you want to hang with us? You want to hang with us? Yeah. You can hang with us.
We want to make sure that the kids have the opportunity to express their experience within the communities and what they saw going on, and be able to dialogue that with the Browns and be able to be validated.
I am fearful that the Browns will not validate that there is abuse going on. You know, for me, what I was worried about in meeting the Brown family was really their reaction towards me. That was my number one concern.
Why?
When we first met the Brown family, my first impression was that they're definitely a polygamous family. There was a lot of them. Here we go.
It kind of reminded me a little bit of home. There were so many people and the noise.
The noise reminded me.
This is Colleen. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm Cody Brown. When I first met Colleen, it was extremely uncomfortable. She comes from a culture where I'd be qualified to be her husband.
Yeah. Well, she views the head of the family or the patriarch of the family as really as a bad guy.
How old are you guys?
I'm 22.
You're 22 and
19.
19. Okay. And was it hard for you to get out as well?
Yeah.
You know, she walked in the door and immediately I thought, she's hell-bent on doing everything not polygamy.
I got a question I think is really, really important though.
Oh, gosh.
Did you always feel like your father,
Pause.
your dad, the guy who...
It's so Cody Brown to begin his question that way. I've got a question that is really, really important. Cody, shut up. If you have a question, can you just be a normal person and just say, I have a question? Or just ask the question. You don't even have to say, I have a question. How about just have a normal conversation? But we now know from Special Forces, he doesn't know how to have normal conversations with people. He only knows how to speak like this at people and not really listen. Are you going to listen to the answer to the question, Cody? That's what I want to know. I've got a question that's really important. 10 seconds back. Here we go.
I got a question I think is really, really important though. Did you always feel like your father, your dad, the guy who, your biological father, did you love him?
In a way, yes. I mean, I always have loved him. I probably wasn't extremely close to him, but that was because of the circumstances in our lives and family.
Do you guys
What
feel the same way
circumstances?
About what he asked
Your dad.
Like, how do you feel about your father?
Well, I grew up with my dad, not necessarily around my mother that much. But
Didn't your dad kick you out?
he did actually kick me
What
out.
were the reasons?
I went out one night, spent the night. I've never went out and did anything with any friends. And one night I went out and I came back like 2 a.m. He said, "You're not invited to my house anymore."
You picked up for that?
What about you, Chloe? I don't really understand why, but everybody's shown me my whole life. So it was kind of.
I could kind of understand why. I mean, bless her. I understand that she doesn't understand. But, I mean, come on. Yeah, she was a difficult kid. Let's face it. She's 19 now, and she really has a chip on her shoulder and a bit of an attitude. Now, could you imagine her when she was 13, 14, 15, 16? She was a mouthy kid who talked back. That doesn't mean she should have been shunned. Well, she wasn't shunned. She escaped. Right? Yeah, she ran away twice. Second time, it stuck. The first time they went and got her and brought her back. So she wasn't shunned. She was, well, they wanted to keep her because they wanted her to be married off to somebody. Oh, so gross. And can I just point out the comment that I think I highlighted it, what Lundy said is so true. That thought came through my mind too. And I'm just like, I'm not going to keep pausing and talking and interrupting. But right away, Cody's like, I could see it was uncomfortable because in their culture, like she could be like my wife. I could be her husband. That's not what she's thinking about. Ew, you pig. Just think about the fact that you're just a polygamous man and that a lot of them have big egos and a lot of them are very dictatorial and a lot of them, I mean, just all that is what she's thinking about. She's not thinking, I could be married to you in your culture. But he went there. Why? Because Colleen is a very pretty girl. And she's full on wearing Robin full face, way too much stage makeup. And I clearly he digs that kind of thing. So he's trying to impress Colleen. It's disturbing. I'm very sad for this one boy, though, Steven, who was raised with his dad predominantly, not with his mom. I'd like to know more about that. Can we ask some good questions here, people? In what polygamous family does a guy get raised with the dad but not the mom? I don't know, unless his mom left. And so but then usually another mom sort of takes over. I mean, was his dad around? Was his dad grooming him to like be next in line to take over in leadership of something? Because generally speaking, I know they try to push out as many guys as they can. There's not enough room for lots of men if you're living in a polygamous community. All right, back 10 seconds. Here we go.
Reasons.
I went out one night, spent the night. I've never went out and did anything with any friends. And one night I went out and I came back like 2 a.m. He said, "You're not invited to my house anymore."
You want kicked out for that?
What about you, Chloe? I don't really understand why, but everybody's shown me my whole life. So it was kind of like, of course I'm going to leave, you know? And everybody started calling me a devil's child. And I'm like, well, my dad kind of is a devil, so. I have no respect for that man. I want to blow him up.
These kids are telling me stories about bad experience that they've had. And for some reason, I'm feeling like it's my obligation to shoulder this and say, no, it's really not that way.
Oh, Cody, it's not all about you. He cannot sit there and listen to these girls and guys' stories and just empathize, sympathize, give an ear, and then say, I am so sorry for what you went through. It is Cody's responsibility to shoulder all of this and educate them that it's not always that way. That's not what they need to hear. I do believe these kids just want to hear, I am so sorry. that was wrong. That was evil. I'm sorry that that's your experience. But no, he needs to teach them. I'm Cody Brown. Hold on. It's right here. It's not as effective as it is when I'm able to splice together a video. I'm Cody Brown. Okay. Back 10 seconds. Here we go.
That they've had. And for some reason, I'm feeling like it's my obligation to shoulder this and say, no, it's really not that way. And how do I do that?
You don't. Shut up. I'm sorry, pause. Can you just imagine? This is how much he doesn't understand how warped polygamy is, how he doesn't understand the real world or how people think. This is a classic example of that. I feel the responsibility to shoulder. I feel the responsibility to do that. Not that the wives should be sharing their experience and all that. No, Cody, this is the problem in polygamy. They had a bad experience with an overbearing dad who was controlling and everything. And he's saying, I feel the responsibility to be controlling and overbearing and educate them and correct them. Nothing could be further from the truth. This Colleen, I guarantee you, is not going to like Cody by the end of this. There's no way she can. I don't remember how this episode ends, but there's no way she's going to be like, you know what? I wish my dad was like Cody Brown. I just cannot see those words coming out of this chick's mouth. We'll see what happens.
You know, I've learned a lot, and I have greatly fallen in love with a lot of these people, and so it's been a true pleasure, I think, to walk alongside and serve and help people from the culture. So, and in and out. I mean, we're not just the people who are leaving. I mean,
Really?
you do all
I
the
thought
work.
you were just for people, like you just help people that
Oh,
wanted
no,
to.
we actually have helped many people, and currently are inside your community, but they can't let it be known, or they feel like they were good.
When we were younger, people would say, don't go to a psychiatrist or a psychologist or anything like that, social worker, because they're going to say that polygamy is the problem. And so we were always told, you shouldn't go to get help.
You got to think that you've got us who see the worst of the worst on this end. You guys are probably the best of the best on that.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're really
Just yeah.
The thing that I found talking to these kids, I was trying to relate to them on the common things, and I wanted to hear their stories.
What happened is my father was very overzealous. I mean,
Overzealous.
before they even stood up and said over the pulpit, you do this, he was probably already doing it. And a couple months before we left, he called us all into the kitchen. He said, I'm being sent far off to repent.
I'm being sent far off to
We
repent.
can no longer have contact.
And we can no longer have contact at all.
And I'm no longer your father. You're just supposed to wait here for direction, and I'm sure they'll take care of you. He put in his truck what he could. He gave us all a hug, told us goodbye, and drove out the yard.
It's very common.
Oh, it's awful.
First of all, I don't know how you don't just cry. Always.
Janelle
came and called the family together, and they said, you are to consider Warren Jeffs as your father. Prophet is your father now. However, since he's in jail and unable to take care of you, we're going to put a caretaker over you. He is your father. He's the boss. We tried really hard. He's going through, trying to do what he said, trying to support him. But it just wasn't working. So we walked out the backyard and climbed the fence and walked through the creek to this friend's house. And he said, well, there's not much I can do for you, but there is a group that I know of that can, if you want to go to Salt Lake. The next morning, we met Tanya. I don't think I've met a person that gave me more hope at a time when we needed it most.
Have you been able to get back in contact with your dad?
I have no idea where he is.
This would be like me walking to the house and saying, hey, ladies, guess what? I'm a bad dude, and I'm leaving. You guys work it out.
Don't think you'll ever see me again.
Yeah, and I'm gone.
I can't even imagine that.
It didn't seem like Colleen was having a very good time at first.
I really don't think that polygamy is right. The only thing is I really just don't think it's fair.
Okay. Ugh. Oh, we had another fill. Drink. Betty said, Robin and Cody's lives must be held these days. Be careful what you wish for. Christine she still can't admit that polygamy is abusive. This is true. Squirrel said that TLC had to add a disclaimer saying that no dogs were kicked in the making of this episode. It's so funny. That should be like every episode she doesn't kick a dog. That's hysterical. Yeah, Christine still is not admitting that. She's getting closer because David is so against it. David is helping her see the light, but she is still very worried about offending family members. Now, since her father's passed, maybe she'll loosen a little bit, but she's got sisters that she likes that are still in it. We met one, Helga. I don't know if she seems like she is a Helga, doesn't she? I am woman, hear me roar. Very German, Helga. Whatever her sister's name is, I don't know. She's still in polygamy. And she's chosen to stay in it. She got out of one polygamous relationship and she went into another one. And she's very happy in the new one, apparently. All that says to me is that this guy's better than the first one. Doesn't mean that he's great. So doesn't mean polygamy is good. All right. All right. Cody likes the hoe look. Yeah, I think he's totally into. I'm so sorry. Oh, this isn't even ringing. My laptop was ringing, but it's closed. What the heck? I'm telling you, sometimes Apple appliances, technology is not always what it's cracked up to be. Okay. Wife number 5 potential. In Cody's world, he would take her as wife 5. Could you imagine? I wonder if Cody's still wearing that 50-pound cross around his neck. Good question. Oh. Blue Bunny said, I can't believe that Robin was like 2 years older than me when she dated Cody. I'm going to be 27 on the 24th. And Robin looks so rough for 29. Yes, she did. She looked like she was ridden hard. Maddie V wants to know if anyone else has seen on YouTube anything about Hunter getting married, or was it AI? My guess is it's AI. I haven't heard anything about it. The cold sore didn't help. That's true. They're going to have a hard time getting another wife because she's going to have to be willing to live the rest of her life with cold sores. Oh, we had an experience. Cheers. Oh, this is a good point, Alexandria. His narcissistic self was struggling with the fact this Colleen was not warming up to him. He is used to women fawning all over him. So he needs to educate her because she should want to be around him. The only reason she's not warming up to him is because, she could be his wife. And so she doesn't want to give the wrong impression or anything. So she's just putting a wall up because everybody likes him. It only took one episode for Colleen to not like Porcantas. It's true. Okay. Blue bunny, that's nasty. Okay. That could be too. Crafty Nana thinks that part of the reason why Christine's issue of not admitting that polygamy is bad and that it was abusive is because she raised her kids in it. So you'd have to not only admit that you were brainwashed, but you were brainwashing your kids at the same time. And some people, that's just a hard pill to swallow. So if you can make it polygamy light, like we did it in a different way, and it's okay. I don't think Janelle or Christine would really be happy with one of their daughters marrying into a polygamous relationship. I don't. Yes, the tall Dutch woman that looked like Peyton. Yes, Helga. Oh. I don't know what her name was. She looks like a Helga to me. She love. I Helga. I like polygamy. Christine likes her sister Helga, so she's not going to talk negative against it. All right, let's go back. We're at Janelle's house right now.
I heard a lot of the home stuff from me. We would use each other's kitchen stuff all the time. It just floated back and forth between the houses. So it was hard to be separated.
My moms never got along. There's no way they could have lived in the same house.
How many did you have?
Yeah, we 27.
27 moms.
Really?
27 moms.
Yeah. But from where you guys have come from, you've seen what I think to be, based on the families that we know, plural marriage in a very different way than we know.
I think that it's a bunch of control freaks that get into power, and it's prostitution. And there's no family there. My family is not a family. I didn't have a mom or a dad growing up. I had 27 moms. You'd think one of them could be around. None of them were, including my own mom, because she was so busy fighting for attention from my dad.
In my mind, to come from an oppressive society where they threatened me and to be willing to fight against them, she's a superhero.
As far as looking at the 4 of the kids that came, it was interesting just kind of observing them and seeing what stage they were at.
Can you fix your hair? How old are you again? 7. Oh, you're 1 year older than my sister. She's 6.
So one of the girls is doing
Las Vegas
Savannah's
is really hot
hair.
in the summertime. And so we're going to Mount Charleston. It's about 20 degrees cooler. We'll go up there and have a picnic. First, we want to show these kids from Holding Out Help where we actually live, that we're actually in 4 separate homes, a little bit separated as a family. Christine, are you ready for the tour? Come on in.
I think the kids love my house. Cody was so cute because you got to see McKelty as well.
These are a bunch of sayings that she's found, and she just posts them.
I love her heart in the middle and all the love stories, all the little love cards.
I think I liked it. I think that it was normal.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is my favorite picture in the world. It was just a fun time to take a picture.
Colleen is just
that was Robin's wedding
over him. He's like that. He's overacting as Cody Brown. I am Cody Brown. And that is my favorite picture. And she's like, it's a picture of the whole family at the wedding for Robin. That's his favorite picture. The family on the wedding day for Robin, of course.
Exception. I do remember pointing out to the kids this picture of our family. And I think that might have been unique to them too, to see a picture of a whole family with the children.
That was the weirdest thing to me. They didn't have a relationship with their other moms.
It's almost like plural monogamy.
No wonder they didn't like polygamy. That's one of the
it's like
biggest
they
perks.
It's one of
having the multiple moms.
We as a
Oh, Robin, please. they didn't like it. It's one of the best perks is a multiple more moms. I mean, the kids don't like you, Robin. Just saying.
Family wanted that culture where we were all a family and our children were brothers and sisters and they were growing up that way. So until we just didn't have room in one home, we were in one home. I actually have 4 pair of running shoes, so I can have a pair of running shoes at each house, but I got one at each of the same. They're the same.
You know, for you being the first, how did you feel when each wife came into the picture? I mean, I can't imagine sharing my husband with another woman. And so how did you, I mean, was there jealousy?
That was actually one of the questions Cody always asked me. Are you struggling with it? And it's just, I mean, it happens.
I think that jealousy is proof that
She can't answer the question. Were you jealous being the first mom or first wife with the other wives coming in? And she said, answer the question. It's really a yes or no question. It's not even that difficult. And then goes on to just say, you know, it's just what it was, you know, you just roll with it. It's just, you know, that's how things go. Let's translate all that. Yes, you had a difficult time with it and you were very jealous. Moving on. 10 seconds back. Here we go.
That was actually one of the questions Cody always asked me. Are you struggling with it? And it's just, I mean, it happens.
I think that jealousy is proof that they're not perfect and polygamy isn't perfect. And it's never going to be.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Yeah.
Let's see where everybody else is at. Let's get to Mount Charleston.
Hey, this is Cody.
I've got one more seat.
Because a little bit of an argument. Of course, they don't show it all, but they're getting ready to go and they're getting kids and everybody in cars. And Janelle like yells out, she goes, Cody. And then Cody's like, I've got one more seat. Again, disorganization. Even after the experience with the Dargers and seeing how things go smoothly, if you just have a plan, if he would have taken 5 minutes ahead of time with a sheet of paper and just said, here's where we're going, and then showing all the moms, these are who are going in your cars, this is who's going in your car, this is who's going, so let's go, let the kids know who's in which car. Instead of doing that or getting the whole family together and just reading through it and telling everybody where they're going in the cars. Instead of doing that, we're still doing the same thing we did before, even though we saw how well it worked for the Dargers to be organized. And you admitted, gosh, this would be great to be organized like this. We are still doing the exact same thing we did before. Learned nothing.
When we were at the picnic, it didn't seem like Colleen was having a very good time at first. And I thought about going over there and talking to her, but she just had a really big, thick brick wall.
So you got a lot of thoughts on you, Colleen.
Oh, geez. So Christine is like, Colleen looks like she has a very thick wall. I'm not going to go over to her. Guess who's now sitting across from Colleen and talking to her? Cody Brown. Cody is trying to win her over. He would take her as a wife in a hot second. Look at it. All right, I'm going to have to take a picture of this and show you. So they're sitting in chairs. They're sitting in chairs at like a campsite. And she's kind of slouched down in her chair because she's kind of like shut off to the world. You know how kids do when you get in chairs and you're like, and she has like her bottle of water in her hand. She's kind of taking a drink and slouched down. And what does Cody do? Cody gets in a chair across from her and he gets all slouched down. He's mirroring her. Yep. All right, I have to take a picture of the picture to get it to show up. You know, life is crazy. Nothing simple with technology. Let me bring it up here and show you. So then he's sitting down across from her and he's like talking to her right now. And here's what he looks like. Still loading. There we go. How come we can't see it? It says it's up. There we go. I guess I just have to do it singularly. So he's sitting across from her. Big old cheesy smile. So, what do you think, Colleen? Do you think I'm kind of cool? Do you like me now? I mean, you gotta like me because your dad was kind of like creepy and all that, but like, I'm a cool dad, don't you think? Yeah, I'm a cool dad. Look at me. Yeah, I can get you to like me. I know you can because chicks dig me. Yeah, yeah. Gross. He's a pig. Let's listen as he talks. I'll go back 10 seconds.
And I thought about going over there and talking to her, but she just had a really big, thick brick wall.
So you got a lot of thoughts on you.
I really don't think that polygamy is right. The only thing is I really just don't think it's fair. And like the chance to put your kids through stuff like that, it's a forever messed up thing.
Like, all I can say is I can understand your perspective, you know. On the mountain, Colleen sat down across from me and actually started to express herself.
No, you sat down across from her. She didn't sit down across from her. Let's not rewrite history here, Cody Brown. Come on. Come on. Let's be honest. There's no way that girl went up and said, I'm sitting across from this dude. No. Keep it honest, Cody. Keep it honest.
So do you value being a father? Is that what you're saying? To be a good father, you say that would be one of your ultimate goals?
Yeah, from the very beginning, that was, I mean, I've tried putting effort into the relationships with my children.
I could see the walls that she had built because of things that had happened to her in her life, and, you know, completely justified. She didn't want to see that anybody who lived polygamy could do it in a positive way.
We're all working out a relationship. And some days they check me and I'm grumpy about it. And other days they check me and I go, I got to be better. But I'm not able to say, hey, don't check me or I'll never talk to you again.
Oh!
I'll kick you out of my family or something like that. If anybody gets kicked out here, it's me. Madison, Aspen, and Mariah have been gone for a long time. And they had been gone with Suzanne. So I was sort of suspicious that something is up.
Is that okay?
Maybe you can walk like this. Walk like a duck. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
What? I didn't
And
get
you can
this
see
at
them
all.
walking down the trail in these FLDS dresses that that Suzanne's mother had made, and they had redone their hair as well.
Sorry, that's horrible. That's so realistic.
Okay, I have to agree here. I remember when I watched this the last time. So, which ones exactly? So the girls left, and they have on full-on FLDS dresses now, and their hair in the braids, and their hair and everything. So they look completely like FLDS. Let me see if I can turn the brightness on my screen a little bit more. Oh, that's better. I don't know if you're going to get a reflection on my glasses. So Aspen, Maddie, I guess it's just Aspen and Maddie. No, wait, that's Aspen. No, that's Aspen. Who's that? I got to go back. I'm very confused because none of them look like.
Maybe you can walk like this. Walk like a duck. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Aspen and Maddie, I think, are the only two in the dresses.
And then we can see them walking down the trail in these FLDS dresses that that Suzanne's mother had made, and they had redone their hair as well.
Sorry,
All right, and then Leon is there too. Now, Leon had her hair done, but she doesn't have a dress on. Only Maddie and Aspen have the dresses on. And they're with one of the girls, actually the girl who whose dad got taken away from the FLDS, and then they were reassigned a new dad. She's the one that her and her mom and all her sisters all left the faith together, understandably. And she hasn't seen her dad since then. So she is the one that left with them and then did their hair, I guess, and then put them in these dresses. So Aspen and Maddie are in it. I don't understand the purpose behind it. I think it's very insensitive of them. But the ironic part is one of the girls that's friends of this group that escaped is in on this. She's like standing there and got her arms around them and they're smiling like they're posing. Actually, they are posing. Like, so somebody's taking a photo and they all find it funny somehow. I'd love to know whose idea it was. Let's go on and listen.
That's horrible. That's so realistic. As shocking as it is to you to see these guys in that, it's probably how shocking it is for my mom to see me in this.
Really?
Oh. It's sad to see you guys in these shows.
Okay, pause. So that's what the girl is saying. She said, as shocking as it is for you to look at, because she's talking to Cody, it's shocking. Mary's the one that's taking pictures. Of course, Mary takes pictures of everything. Mary's taking photos of them. So as shocking as it is for you to see them in these FLDS dresses is as shocking as it is for my mom to see me wearing regular clothes. Wait a minute. I thought she's the one that left with her mom. Now I'm getting confused. Two of the girls look similar. Colleen doesn't look like anybody else, but two of the other girls. So I don't know this girl's story. I can't remember. But I guess that was the purpose behind it, is to teach them this is how hard it is for our families to accept us leaving. I don't know. I don't know if this is a way to do it, but okay.
That's my reaction.
It was such an interesting reaction that I had. I didn't expect it. I was surprised that a dress would symbolize to me the loss of agency.
The loss of liberty.
It's a dress. It's a dress of oppression.
We can acknowledge the fact that, yes, the leaders, and it's trickling down, you know, the abuse that's happening and these horrific things that are happening within the communities. But it's not fair of us to say, because they wear the dress, it happens. Or because they wear the dress, they act that way.
I want to hear a positive story then. I haven't heard one yet. Whether or not they are good people or not, this is what's happening. I was in an abusive relationship and I was abused. And people gave him the benefit of the doubt over and over again. You should give people the room to change. But sometimes when you don't see what's right before you and accept that there's a hard truth here, that there's something wrong going on, then it continues to happen. And that's what happened to me. So while we have these people in these communities and we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and that's good, but we also need to look at it. As much as it makes us squirm at night, we also need to look at the truth of it, that there's people being hurt here and they don't know the difference or they don't know how to get out of it.
Would you guys ever consider living polygamy the way we do? Me personally.
Liz, that's a good take. She said, I bet that Robin was really jealous of Colleen. I kind of think it's cool how she calls herself Colleen. It's actually spelled with a K too. Kolleen. I wonder if that's the original way or if she was Colleen back there, and when she got out, she decided she's going to be Colleen and change it. That's a story I'd like to know. Whoa. How did it jump to episode 5? We're not done with episode 4. Here we go. That's weird.
They act that way.
I want to hear a positive story.
Okay. And we don't need to hear her again. Let's see. Oh, this is the end. I thought that this was the last segment. Next episode is coming up. Okay. All right, that is the end. Let me get over to our chat and finish up here. That night, Cody made Robin wear a blonde wig to bed. Oh, gosh. Lunty agrees. Robin's worried about Colleen taking the man. She probably was giving an evil eye. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. Your eyes, they're burning. Oh. He's nasty. April, it was Leon. It was Leon. But Leon didn't have a dress on, just her hair done. Oh, I took the wrong one off. What's going on? I'm so sorry. I don't know what's happening. Why is it not there when I do that? Where am I? All right. I made it worse. Yes, it's Robin. Robin was talking at the end. She is claiming. This time she came right out. I wrote it down. She said, I was in an abusive relationship and I was abused. I mean, if she was, then I feel bad. You can't. She lies so much. And he went on and married another woman and had lots of kids. It's just, you hate to question a woman who claims something like that. But at the same time, this isn't just any woman. This is Robin Brown. Every other sentence out of her mouth is a lie. According to Maddie, anytime she's speaking, she's lying. So it's not just us that's saying it. It's the kids as well. She has fake cried wolf so many times. Yeah. One too many. Yours says you have another 6 minutes. Mine, well, it does say 6 minutes, but then right away it went into the next episode. And at the same time, the little thing is spinning saying next episode. If I close out next episode and I just hit play, what happens? Oh, it does look like there's more. Why does it keep wanting to go to the next episode? Let's see what happens. Oh, wait. I was just hitting fast forward. I think I can fast forward all the commercials on this. Okay, there is some more. Here we go, people. I'm so sorry. I'm glad you wrote that. There's a little bit more here. Let's go.
After spending the day up at Mount Charleston, we wanted to take Tanya and Carrie and the kids out for dinner for their last night here in Las Vegas. I hope we've done an okay job showing these kids, that a plural family can function somewhat normally and, be okay and maybe even be a better situation that they experienced.
I hope so too, definitely.
I mean, obviously it's a better experience than they experienced.
Looking at them across the table when everything had kind of calmed down and more normalized, and just looking at the kids, I still feel hope for them.
She pierced my ears in the KFC bathroom.
With a safety pin?
Church.
Really? You skipped church to do it? That's it. Did you pay your tithing money to buy your food that day? Did you not? Sure. I'm kidding.
I don't see them down spiraling or anything like that, as long as they continue getting help. I do think they need to get help, and I certainly don't think they have an easy road ahead of them.
So after dinner, we had Carrie and Tanya over to Mary's house to kind of discuss how we thought the weekend went, and the teens just went and had ice cream with us. So, what did you guys think of this whole experience?
Before we came up here, you guys were just
This is Colleen.
like fake to me. Not like fake, but like that's just not how it is. So I thought you guys were putting on a show.
Then, seeing how normal we live polygamy now, would you guys ever consider living polygamy the way we do?
Me personally, no.
I had always been taught the principle, and I knew that it wasn't being lived right where I was. And I questioned whether it was humanly possible to live it even remotely right. I don't think you're perfect, but I think you're doing a good job.
I feel somebody would have to pay me a lot of money before I did it.
We just think that.
Well, how do you guys think it's gone?
Mary's house?
You know, it's been very healthy for us to see this environment. And I know we've only been here for a few days and I haven't gotten the full picture, but it's been very good for us to see a side where it seems to be working. How are you guys feeling?
Seems to be.
Yeah.
But I was.
And why was that? Did you hear things or
outside
did you?
groups? I'd heard some things about you particularly, and I wasn't quite
What
sure.
of me?
I just wasn't quite sure if you were going to take my kids away.
You take my kids away, Christine. I can't. Ooh. So here we are at season 5, and she's either so brainwashed, so ignorant, or such a liar to defend her faith. I don't know which one it is. What do you think it is? Okay, should we do a poll? I don't know how many people are still here because I said we were done. Let's do a quick poll. I don't know if I can do. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay. Is Christine right now 1, lying about being taken away? This is what it is. Brainwashed. So she believes what she's saying. Or ignorant. Like she's not brainwashed into it, but she's choosing feigning ignorance. Choosing ignorance. Put a 1 for lying, put a 2 in the chat for brainwash, put a 3 in the chat for choosing ignorance. What is happening here? I was nervous about you coming down here. I will send my children without any supervision to stay with you for a week and have you be responsible for them. But I was worried about you coming down here to see me because I thought, what did she say? You take me away, take my children away? I have to go back and play it again because this is insane to me. Christine, come on. 10 seconds back.
I'd heard some things about you particularly, and I wasn't quite
What
sure.
of me?
I just wasn't quite sure if you were going to take my kids away.
Take my kids away.
I didn't
know.
I thought that you would. I didn't know if you would come here and take the kids. But me sending Aspen to you was so hard because I didn't know. When I first heard that,
that made no sense. She's like, you thought I'd take your kids away? Yeah, I didn't know if you'd come here and take the kids away. But sending Aspen to you was so hard. What? Hello, Cody. What? That doesn't even make sense. I thought you were going to take my kids away, but sending Aspen to you was so hard. That's the same thing. Not but. Maybe and. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what she's trying to say here. She was going to come and wrangle them with a rope and throw them in the back of a paddy wagon and take them out of there on camera. Christine, come on. This is disingenuousness. I just can't. I don't understand where this is coming from. You guys tell me. Put in the chat 1, 2, or 3. Back 10 seconds. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting. We're past our time, but I have to. I'm sorry. All right, let's go. We're near the end here. 3 minutes left.
I didn't know if you would come here and take the kids. But me sending Aspen to you was so hard because I didn't know.
when I first heard that Tanya was in charge of holding out help, I was a little bit nervous. When you're raised in a society where social workers and people like that are there to rip your family apart,
they're not there to rip your family apart. Oh my gosh. The lies and the brainwashing, both of it. That's why I need you guys to vote, because I don't know. I'm afraid that I should have put another option. All of the above. Social workers are not put there to rip your family apart. Social workers don't want to rip any family apart. In fact, that's the criticism of social workers, is that they'll err on the side of keeping the family together for the sake of family. And that's in awful circumstances because their hands are tied, not because social workers are bad, but because that's the way the regulations and the rules are. They're going to err on the side of keeping somebody there to keep the family together. Their goal is to keep the family unit together. Even if they have to take a kid out, their goal is to reunite. So this whole mantra of the purpose of social workers is to tear their family apart is just awful. Awful for her to say. She's misrepresenting psychologists, psychiatrists, and social workers out there who are not getting a lot of money to do a very difficult job. This doesn't help it, this kind of misinformation that Christine's spreading here. Sorry.
trusting them is very difficult. I didn't know of any of the problems that were happening in Colleen and Nicole's group. I didn't know until this stupid trip. I didn't know.
Liar.
And it kills me because I thought they were more like us. I thought that they looked at polygamy as a blessing, not as something to control with. I didn't know that men could be bastards. I didn't know.
I didn't know that men could be bastards. I didn't know. I'm in my late 40s. I didn't know men could be bastards. Really, Christine? Never? You haven't experienced any of this. You live in polygamy. You are more aware of it than anyone else in the country who doesn't have anything to do with polygamy and doesn't watch TLC. If you're not watching TLC, you don't know anything about polygamy. It's not part of your life, but you live it. You're very much aware of what's going on, even in your own group, because not good things are happening even in your own group. But you're very much aware of what the other groups are that are out there. You have yourself come out and talked about how awful the FLB. We are not like those people. Those are not. We don't claim them. You know. I didn't know. I did. She's so Robin in this moment. It is making me sick. Moving on.
I think seeing these kids and interacting with them over these few days has been really good for our kids.
I think all of the kids have understood that the way that they were brought up versus the way that these other kids were brought up are two complete separate worlds. And even though there's one thing in common, which is polygamy, it's in fact lived so vastly different in each of the communities, ours versus theirs, that even that, I don't see it as being a personal issue with their belief system.
What do you think of this experience, Steven?
No, I actually really enjoyed it. I actually really did. I got to see a lot of things, new perspective of life, I guess.
I think that seeing your family, I actually see that it is possible to live it in the right way. And I think that your dad actually is a husband and a dad, so I have a lot of respect for him. I think it's awesome.
Yeah. Look, I have no respect for any polygamist. I hate every polygamist on earth. So that was my attitude. But after I met Cody, I was like, oh my gosh, a dad. He's a dad. And it's like, okay, I respect this guy. And you guys are like so much better than what we had to go through, which is good.
Honestly, thank you, because it made me reevaluate where I stood. It made me think like, wow, do I really support this? I think that we made a lot of progress. I think we came to an understanding, like, she understood where I came from, and I understood where she comes from. I think if Colleen and I were to meet on different situations, we would get along really well.
I think so too.
Time on Sister Wives.
Okay. That was Colleen saying that. Colleen did come out at the very end and say, Cody was being a dad, so I respect him. Ugh. He was acting like a dad. He was putting on the show because he knew what he needed to do to try to impress her. In my opinion. Alexandra says, in my opinion, I think Christine isn't lying. She's just not that smart. And I think that she's dingy and lives in her own world. That's very possible. Lynn said that her drinking hand hurts. You guys cracked me up. All right. Our poll says, with Christine acting like, I didn't know men were like this. I didn't know this went on in the world. 35% of you think that she's lying. 59% of you think she's brainwashed. And 6% of viewers think that she is just choosing to plead ignorance. And it could be a combo of all three. That could have been another answer too. Thank you for being here with me, sister friends. I appreciate you. And I will see you next Monday afternoon. We'll do another episode, possibly two, if you can go over to Becoming Wise and Wonderful and subscribe to that channel. We can get to 800 subscribers. Maybe we'll do this twice next week. We'll see. Take care. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.
I remember when Sonny and Cher got divorced when I was 6, and it rattled me. I had a lover in college, and he was a little tryst. I was a naughty boy. I had a dirty thought, and I thought, David and I should go on a guy's trip together.
I might have to agree. That would be cool.
I just thought, no.
David out on a guy's weekend?
Yeah, that's just, it would be cool.
Oh, he was kind of up for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Things that make you go,